What happened yesterday?
Well, Paul, as you mentioned, the numbers there, it was another large turnout over the weekend. And we were just walking around the central area in terms of looking at the damage that was left behind. You're not seeing a whole lot of it. Yes, there's still some trash in the streets, some graffiti on the walls. And behind me here, you do see that protesters have thrown some petrol bombs here at the Court of Final Appeal, which we haven't seen before, where protesters targeted the courts specifically. But this is the most of it, because largely speaking, this was a very peaceful event. You mentioned the 800,000 organizers are putting of people that showed up from the Victoria Park and Causeway Bay all the way here to the Central District. We saw families show up, perhaps knowing that this was a legal event, the first that was approved by police since August, and that prompted them to show up in numbers as well. And so police themselves were quite restrained. We saw some riot police towards the end of the march, and it was peaceful until nightfall, when there were some radical protesters and some tensions with police. But largely speaking, nothing escalated too quickly or too far. We didn't see any tear gas that was fired. Water cannons were out, but largely just on standby. But keep in mind, hours before this march, police arrested 11 people and seized about a whole range of weapons here: a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, bullets, a pepper spray, the like. And police say that there was, they expect or presume, some extreme groups that were trying to attack police. So there were still some nerves leading up to this event as well, but overall pretty tame.
So after all that, Yvonne, what are we expecting today?
Today, we are seeing here even signs across the city here for a general strike. So, you know, it is a bit of deja vu once again, what we saw yesterday and these general strikes from what we saw 6 months ago. People perhaps could be skipping work, skipping school. That's what organizers are hoping for today. So expect some type of traffic disruptions on your way to work this morning. And we interviewed these groups about what's the next step here. They're saying, look, they're vowing to continue this fight as long as the government actually comes in and gives in and puts something on the table, which we haven't seen so far. So they're saying that they are going to continue this movement well into next year, up until the legislative councils. That could be the next flashing point on where things go on from here.
Yvonne Man, thanks.